AWS Code Pipeline Practical Example to Create, Build, and Release Pipeline. Welcome to Coding Book, guys. This is Shamkar Shwaryani, and this is the part second. So, in the part one, we have seen what exactly our requirement is, and this is the part two where we will cover this part. We will create our .NET Core microservice, and then we will deploy this to Elastic Beanstalk. Okay. Now the first part I would recommend. Here I have uploaded the first part. This is just a 4 minute of video in what I have just shared the exact requirement, and this is important so that you can align your requirement with my playlist, and if it matches, maybe you can continue. Okay, now let's begin. To begin with, we have to open our Visual Studio 2019, click on a create new project, ASP.NET Core Web Application, and we can say like product API maybe, and let me provide the exact path where I want to create this application. Click on create. So I'll create the API project, click on create. Okay, so the application has been created, the default one. Just get rid of these unnecessary classes and controllers. We will create our own controller. Right click, add new controller. Let's go with API controller with read write methods. Name it order controller. So this is just a test controller kind of I'm creating. Maybe we can get rid of these methods and let's make it like get only, which would return a simple string. AWS tutorial with coding book. That should be fine. Now you are done. Just build your application. So we are at first creating our API. Then let me publish this API. And locally I want to publish. Select folder and again provide the path. Let's provide this path once again. And publish folder. Click on finish. Click on publish. Now it should publish the application for us in the required location or shared location. Okay, we have the code now okay, so I'm doing this really quick because our focus is not to learn that how do we deploy on Elastic Beanstalk. Basically I have already covered in last I think 2 videos in detail how do we do this, but since we are going to learn more on the code pipeline, that's why I'm doing a bit quick. So just copy this folder. Okay, the one file which you should keep in mind, that is the AWS Windows deployment manifest. So basically what file it does, whenever you deploy to Elastic Beanstalk, at first Elastic Beanstalk would look for this file at the root folder, right? And in this file you need to provide the path of your artifacts. So for example, we have a folder called publish. Maybe we can rename this folder. You can rename it anything, but the same name, sorry, but the same name you need to provide in the manifest JSON file. So what it says, and also you can name it my app anything and provide the exact path. And maybe let's close this app file. Now after that you have to zip these two folders and to compressed, maybe deploy my app. Okay, now when you deploy this zip folder, what AWS Elastic Beanstalk will do, will open this, will search for this file, and it makes sure always when you double click on this, the file should be at this location, root location. It would open this file and it will look for the build output folder which is here, and then it will take this code and will deploy, right? So I think we had good. Now copy the path and come back to our AWS console. So go to your services, look for Elastic Beanstalk, here we are, and click on it. Okay, now you can see all the environments, right? So right now I don't have any environment. First, make sure in what region you want to create. So I have selected Mumbai. So click on create a new environment. Click on service environment. Then provide your name, maybe product application demo. And after that, environment name should be auto populated. You can provide your domain. Then which platform? So platform is .NET on Windows Server. To if you look at our application in the properties, that is 3.1, and for that we will go for Windows Server Core and the latest one, right? After that, sample code or upload R code. So of course we want to upload R code. Choose the file, and you know where is our path. Okay, here we are. So deploy my app. Double click on it, and after that, once that gets uploaded, click on configure more option. So here you can configure the machine accordingly. uh, I am going to update the machine size so that it cost me less, since it is a demo one. So right now it is a 3 T3 medium, so I'm going for the smallest one what I can pick. So T2 micro. Click on save. Click on create environment. Okay, now it is deploying our application to that environment. It will give us some URL, and from that URL we would be able to access our application. It will take somewhere around 5 to 7 minutes. I'm going to pause the video and will resume once it deploys successfully. Okay, so it took around 8 minutes actually, and we have the successfully deployment, right? So this is your environment, and the green signal okay indicates that it is successfully deployed. Now click on this URL. So this is your application URL, and see what is the path. So in your order controller, the path is API and then controller. So let's write it API and order. So now we should see the data. Perfect. So the application has been successfully deployed. Now let's back to this once again. So in this part we have seen that how we can deploy this R application. Now further, what's the problem? Now let's suppose you make any change in your application, like say update it. Now how would you actually deploy this application? To deploy this application, again you have to repeat the process. Right click on the application, click on the publish, and then go to your maybe to your application, like here, and upload and deploy. Then again you have to select the file and redeploy the application. So this is the manual effort you have to do, and that is where code pipelines comes in the picture, and we will cover in the next part. In the next part, at first we'll cover this AWS code commit. Whatever code we have done, we will push to this repository, and then in the last part, the part third, we will cover this code pipeline build and the release one. So that's all for the part two. Let's continue in the next part. Thank you for watching this video, and guys, if you have any query, please do let me know in the comments. I would be happy to answer. And yes, please do subscribe Coding a Book. That is really important, so that it gives me the motivation to create more and more videos for you. Thank you for being at Coding Book. See you in the next part.